Hello mate, Contrast again, and today guys, I'm here doing another anime review, and this anime review is to The 7 Deadly Sins Season 2, Episodes 2 and 3. Yes guys, I've kept my promise, I am going to review both of these episodes in the same video. Now, mind you, episode 4 did come out. It has come out. Episode 4 has come out for anybody who wants to know that. But I'm planning on reviewing that separately. Hopefully tomorrow. Plan on doing it tomorrow, but if I don't, sorry about that. But I will review that episode separately from this video. Because cramming 3 episodes in one video, cramming pretty much 3 separate episode reviews into one video, it's quite hard for my memory to remember pretty much every single thing that's going on in episodes. Like, I'm going to have a bit of trouble remembering everything that's happened in these 2 episodes. So, I'm definitely going to make sure, to do episode 4, I'm going to do it separately from this video. And, so, anyway, let's get into a review of episode 2 and 3 of the 7 Deadly Sins Season 2. So, in episode 2, let's get into that point first. So in episode 2, we get a lot of very critical information. Like, even episode 3 revealed a critical, especially about Gotha. Both episode 2 and 3 definitely have a lot to do with Gotha. But before I get into the episode, the majority of the major review about Gotha comes in during episode 3. I'm just going to mention that. But I am going to mention bits of what happened with Gotha in episode 2, but I will try to go little less in depth with that until it gets to episode 3, when I review episode 3. So, in this episode, in episode 2, it starts off with, the first thing we found out is the revelation of who these demons are. These demons that Dreyfus and summoned from pretty much the seal, relating them from the seal. And we found out Dreyfus, he's actually not Dreyfus. Well, he is and he's not. Like, he's not actually Dreyfus right now. We found out 10 years ago. It seems like this demon that's in Dreyfus. So Dreyfus right now is a demon. This demon has possessed Dreyfus's body. So the last 10 years in the series timeline, Dreyfus was pretty much dead or doesn't even exist. He's right now a demon. Like, he's awakened 10 years ago. I might be wrong. He may be, when Dreyfus was supposed to be dead from what we know from season 1, that's maybe when Dreyfus actually died. But as he was getting influenced by the demon within him, that's maybe the reason why he was committing all these sins. Or that this entire time he had been fully possessed by the demon, and all the actions were definitely because the demon was conscious and is trying to pretend to be Dreyfus, so he can easily manipulate a lot more things. So those are 2 things that I'm still wondering. Was Dreyfus fully possessed? Like, was he not fully, was he unconscious, or was he pretty much not non-existent when he awakening of this demon that's inside of him? Now, I think this demon, obviously it looks like this demon that's inside of him is part of the 10 Commandments. I have no idea. I don't fully know about the commandments. When it comes to 10 Commandments, I don't fully know the details about this, the 10 Commandments. The 7 Deadly Sins I know more of than the 10 Commandments. But I do know that I do know what the 10 Commandments are. Well, to be honest, I know about the 10 Commandments. It's just I don't know much about the 10 Commandments. I don't even know what are the 10 Commandments. I don't fully know the 10 Commandments. The 7 Deadly Sins, I roughly know what they are. I'm still getting troubles with some of them. I do know somewhere in my brain what the 7 Deadly Sins are. But I don't know what the 10 Commandments are. So anybody who does fully know the 10 Commandments, what the full names of 10 Commandments, that would be useful. So if you put in the comments down below, that would be helpful. So I now know what are the 10 Commandments, so it makes it easier to talk in the videos and stuff. So, but with this, we found out, Dreyfus, he is possessed by, he's actually not Dreyfus, he's a freaking demon that possessed Dreyfus. So, that's one reason why, I decided to bring back the Demon Clan again. That is one of the reasons why he decided to do that, so that's good clarification. Now, another thing we do find another information we do find out is the clarification that Elizabeth is in love with Meliodas. Because in season 1, it didn't declare, like, there was obviously attraction. You can definitely tell she had some form of attraction to Meliodas. And of course, there have been a lot of anime attractions where it seems like she was in love. Like, in anime, there have been attractions that look like this character is in love with that character. But instead of actually being in love, that person admired them. But it looked so realistic. It looked like that person was in love with said character. But it ends up being just admiration. It's not more just admiring them, not actually being in love with them. Well, I was skeptic she was actually in love. I knew at some point she was going to be in love. Like, obviously, it's going to be declared she's going to be in love with him at some point. So it's quite obvious that was going to happen. But I have no idea if it's been confirmed that she's right now in love with him, or is that she's going to develop the fully in love with him. And now we found she is now found love with Meliodas. She has fully said she's in love with Meliodas. So that's something we've got. Now, with Diana. Diana, she has now been also gained her memories back. But something about that, I've got to say, in episode 3, I feel like I'm not going to fully say I'm going to go to episode 3 later, but there is something I really want to say in episode 3 that is connected with Diana's memories. But we do see in episode 2, she finally how she remembers everything she did with King, and she now found out she now realized her true feelings for King. She's in love with King. And she feels a bit regretful she never got to actually tell King that after King left, so she feels a bit loneliness. Especially that, and especially how she brings her emotions out once she was facing off against Gopher. Now, in this, the reason why she fought Gopher, because we found out Gopher, he manipulated Gila. He manipulated her, making her forget her brother, because about her actual life. He manipulated not just her, but also her little brother's memories, so he can sort of roots into her life, so he can learn how to gain a heart, and learn what love is. That is what he was trying to do. Because again, this is more crucial in episode 3, but it seems like he doesn't have a heart. He said he doesn't have a heart, which is like, when I first watched the episode, I was like, he doesn't have a heart. Okay, that's interesting. And in a way, I was skeptic of what is the reason why he doesn't have. Why he doesn't have any feelings? Why doesn't he understand what he was doing is wrong? Now, it does seem like he understands the concept of what he was doing was wrong, because you do somewhat see that he understands, but he doesn't fully understand. Like, he's doing things, he seems like he has some form of uncontrollable personality. Like, I was like, whoa, that's out-turn, like, I didn't expect Gopher to do anything like this right now. And someone expected it, I don't. Like, it was quite out of field with me. So I was wondering, okay, why does Gopher act like this? Why does he act like this? I understand he's doing it because he doesn't have heart, so that's one thing I definitely know. But I was quite skeptic. I was quite wondering what is the reason. And when I watched episode 3, I answered my questions, but I'll get back to that later. So anyway, so that's one thing we found out. Gopher didn't have a heart, or he doesn't have any things. The reason why he manipulates her, because he wants to find love, he wants to know what love is, and all that kind of shit. So it's quite common in shonen anime to have some characters like that. So yeah, not too original, but anyway. But I got to say, how the character is portrayed, that is Gopher. Oh god, the character, how they portrayed Gopher is actually pretty good. So I got to mention that. So I liked how they did that. I do like that sort of aspect of Gopher, so that's quite interesting. Next, I gotta go with the Barn King, and I'm trying to remember her name, Melania? I think that's her name? I'm more likely wrong. But you know, silver hair girl who has a brother who's also the Holy Knight she's jealous about, like that girl who now she found in love with Barn, that kind of thing. Pretty much we found, following both Barn and King, she was following Barn pretty much, because obviously we now know it's quite obvious she has some form of attraction to Barn, which is quite funny. Because there's no reason, there has to be no complete reason why you would travel 20 miles behind him just to say, wondering why he was going. Like, you would at least, like, there was no way, 'cause obviously, unless you have some form of attraction to it for him. And we find out they decide to go to the Fairy King's Forest. That is where they were heading to, the Fairy King's Forest, which even freaking King didn't realize they were going to. Like, he didn't even recognize he was going to the Fairy King Forest. It's a possibility that there are different passageways to the Fairy King Forest, and maybe King didn't even know, maybe didn't even know that this is one passageways. I don't know. Maybe he didn't recognize it because it's been a long time since he's been there. But yeah, but he was shocked about seeing what was going on there, and when he realized, and we noticed the actual forest. The forest itself is full green again, but it's full green, which we were all shocked. I was shocked about, like, whoa, it's all green again, and it somewhat makes sense. It's a fairy place, but yet again, it just shows you there's still life in the forest, which King was like, there's still life in the forest? Oh my god. But then we find out the fairies, after seeing Bon, because they recognize him as the king now, for some reason, but they recognize Bon as the king now, they now see Harlequin, aka King, as a traitor now, because obviously the situation with his sister and the demon attacking their forest, so yeah, I can see why this, but damn, that's quite harsh. Like, if they know the real history behind it, I feel like they would feel regret for calling him a freaking traitor. But again, I still don't understand why they see that way, because obviously he didn't really help or anything, he didn't even know, and he didn't come back, so it makes logical sense. But we do see the situation with them, like, they go to Fairy King Forest, but then sooner or later, we go to see the dead body of, King's sister. We see her there, and we can see that Lydia, she does notice that Bon has a form of a love for King's sister. So you can definitely hint some form of, maybe not jealousy, but sympathy or something. Like, it's hard to know. Like, her facial reaction, she was like, oh, like, I think she has realized that Bon has some form of love for Merlian. I think, I'm not very good. Sorry with the names. I'm so sorry with the names. When people feel it's bad for me saying their names wrong. But anyway, we see Bon. Pretty much, she sees Bon, and obviously she feels some form of emotional effect. Like, I feel like she feels a bit of jealousy, but also sympathy. I have no idea. It's realization that Bon loves someone else. So maybe she starts to, but obviously she still looks like she still has attraction to him, because after all, what she decides to end up doing, mostly gets explained in episode 3. So anyway, that's what pretty much episode 2 is about. It's pretty much, explanation of some identity reveal, like some motive reaction going on. And the episode ends with pretty much Gopher and Diane fight each other for some goddamn reason. Like, they decide to fight and stuff, because after all, what Gopher did was wrong, and Diana just couldn't accept that, so they decided to fight back. She decided to fight back to make sure Gopher understands what he's doing is completely wrong, and then the episode ends with that. So next we go into episode and animation. Now, I've got to say, the animation looked good. I don't see any problems with it. I don't think I saw any problems with it. Anyway, so I've got to see the animation looked very good in that episode, so I'll give it props for that. And now let's go into episode 3 of the 7 Days Season. In episode 3, other things we found out. First up, let's now go back into Gopher. Oh god, Gopher. This I now want to talk about seriously now. We now find out the reason why Gopher doesn't have a heart, why he doesn't feel any emotions. It's because he is a doll. Gopher is a doll. He's not human. That is the reason why he doesn't have any emotions. And I can see why he also has some of misunderstanding of what was going on. Because after facing against Diana, it seems like he's somewhat came conscious or came fully aware what he's doing was one you can say. So afterwards he stopped and he unmessed the memories of Gila and her brother, and he feels he feels like I didn't do it in ill intent, but I'm sorry if I had a heart. I feel sorry deep in my heart that I did this to you. That's what he pretty much says to her. But at first, you might feel like she should hate him for it. But no, she sort of sympathizes with him and understands. She understands why he done that. But again, obviously, you can tell she feels a bit of disdain for that. But then after that, she says goodbye. Now, it does look like she might not become a relevant character. I don't know if she becomes a relevant character, because in Season 1, she was definitely a relevant character. She was definitely a relevant character in Season 1. But in Season 2, I have no idea if she's become relevant. I have no idea, because from the opening and everything, it did not seem like she become relevant anymore. She's no longer Holy Knight, so that may be the reason why she might not be relevant anymore. Could be. But yeah. We'll go for Warboy. We'll go for, even though he manipulated the memories, he did save her. He did save her from becoming a demon. So that is one thing we definitely know that. Gopher did save her. But obviously, some form of sustain. And pretty much he got rejected. I gotta say, he says, oh, I got rejected. That's pretty much what he said. So it was quite funny seeing that point. But then afterwards, he tells Milling, can you seal me up for a bit? Control, so I can stay myself. Make sure I don't lose myself, and that's what she did. And I take it she turned him back to his original form, which then we found out is a doll. That is the reason why and we found out the doll he's a doll created by a legendary mage, like a powerful mage, who even was someone other than Merlin created him, which was quite interesting. And that was quite interesting to learn to find out he's a doll. So that was quite interesting to learn about. Now, I should have mentioned this in episode 2. Oh man, I completely forgot. Meliodas, we found out in episode 3. If you guys didn't know this in episode 2, Meliodas goes to Merlin to talk about the item that she stole from him. And it seems to be, I don't know if it stole for it. Well, it didn't stole because we do say she first brought back the weapon his secret treasure that he sold to earn money. For the cannon, obviously, for the bar and everything. So she was able to get that back from, of course, buying it from an auction. And in this episode, she gives it back to Meliodas after during the great battle that was going on in Camelot. Because after solving this situation with Gopher, Melon sensed something big going on in Camelot. So with the 7 Daily Sins and this got part of the assassin duo, if you guys remember these crazy assassins that were supposed to be targeting Gopher in season 1, the sword guy, I don't know his name. Sorry, I don't know his name. I know they said his name, but I don't know his. He seems to be a type of character who has a feminine personal side. He's a freaking muscle-looking, scary dude who has a cutesy, feminine side to him, which, quite hilarious, but not the first time that has happened before in anime, but it is not that common, surprisingly. I have seen a lot of shonen, and not many characters are like that, or if they are, they don't last for that long, or that if they do last for pretty long, they are pretty rare to find. So, not many characters do that trope. But good enough to say it's not a cliche. It's good enough not to be a cliche, but again, it's not original. I'm just saying that. But yeah, he has that kind of person. I was like, okay, that's interesting. He didn't show that. I don't think he showed that in season 1. So that's what caught me off guard. He actually didn't show that kind of person. Didn't even once you notice he has this kind of person. That was interesting. So learning that, it was quite interesting about that. But anyway, oh by the way, Merlin decides to get, we found out he starts calling Merlin my lady. I wonder why he called him, what is, I know part of it because, he does say part of it, the reason why, because she was able to touch a barrier that none of them can touch or anything, and she was able to get through with ease. That could be the reason why. But that still doesn't really explain why he called, only explains that maybe he decides to call her that because he recognizes her power and strength and he honors her for that, and because of that he sees it up to her. So yeah. Now, Oh, and also, before we get into the bit and Meliodas' new sword that we get in this, his secret treasure, the memory thing with Diane. Diane, if you notice, her eyes glowed. Her eyes glowed, like the same colour that Gopher has. The same colour Gopher's ability has. Gopher's secret treasure, I should really say, because Gopher doesn't use his secret treasure. So Gopher had his secret treasure, so mind you, so that's something. See in episode 3, we see his secret treasure in action. Now, I feel like Diana lost her memories again. Because the way it looked like she lost her memories again of King. And I take it Gopher's the reason why because maybe he saw some pain going through her. So maybe he didn't want. So maybe he thought by doing that she don't have any pain. So I don't know. She has lost. I take from where it looks like she has lost her memories of King again, which is interesting. Like it doesn't precisely say, but the way it looked like she then lost her memories again, which I was like, wait, oh fuck, really? I'd be like, oh man, that's somewhat torturous, especially when King finds out, because in this episode and last, he does find out Diana after King telling him what Diana said when King left one day to look around the town or something. He told King what Diane said. He told King that Diana remembers everything. So I wonder how King will react once he realizes, oh god, she forgot again, and how he's gonna react with Mom for telling that she remembered. Then like, you feel like did he trick him, or like I wonder how that's gonna work. Like if she did lose her memories again, which I'm like, oh, Gopher, what? So I think he took Diane's memories away again. So that is something crucial. Wondering if Diane actually lost her memories, but the way it looked like she lost her memories again, I'll be like, Gopher, why? Because I don't know it's Gopher. Gopher's the reason why she lost her memories. So if that is the case, because I'm only speculating because the way it looked like when her eyes glowed, it looked like Gopher tampered with her memories, and I believe it's making her lost her memories, or at least manipulated in a way that she won't remember having feelings for King, or because what she does, but it looks like she will still remember, because it looks like she does end up as she did regain her memories. It means these memories can come back some way, and she get through her heart feelings of heart. So, and you can also see that reference. You can see that even Gopher's ability can't affect the memories of love. Memories of love that is in your heart. Gopher can't erase those, because with Gal's brother, you can see he does have some remnants of her, even though he completely forgot about her. He does have some form of memory of her in his heart, because as he was a kid, he does have uncontrollable emotions and remembers a lot more than we think he did. He still remembers a lot of things, and because of that, a lot of emotions are still there in his heart. So it's obviously, even though he doesn't know why he was crying or anything, or partly he might be playing because he's lonely or something like that, but that's mainly the reason why he was crying, because he does actually remember what was going on, and what he has a sister, but he can't remember her for some reason. Like that's the reason why he was crying. So that could be so that's why I'm wondering how Diana is going to react when she tries to remember King and stuff. So that's what I'm getting on there. So with Diana, I think she might have lost her memories again. I'll be like, god damn, Gopher. Anyway, let's get a boy with Camelot, with the Camelot situation. After Merlin sends Camelot in trouble, they teleport the 7 Deadly Sins that are at that time to Camelot. On, of course, Pork's mother fights, and found out what's attacking Camelot right now was a golem. A special golem created by the 10 Commandment demons. So obviously, they were attacking Camelot for some fucking reason. I have no idea why. They were attacking Camelot, and obviously the 7 Sins defend themselves. Now, obviously, it was harder without Merlin had a harder time because he didn't have a secret weapon, and his sword got vaporized, so That's the bigger problem. His soul got vaporized because of that. So to take on the demons, he had to have his secret treasure back. And that's what Merlin did. She gave him his secret treasure back. And by just getting his secret treasure back, he was like, his power level boosting levels and freaking cuts down the freaking golem easily as pie. Which is quite surprising. And that's pretty much all I could say really about the Camelot situation. Now, with the Fairy King Forest situation, we do see, first up, the reason why it was revived again is it seems like Bon might have been doing this for a while, might be wrong. Maybe this is the first time, it doesn't look like it was his first time, but it looks like his blood has the essence of the forest within himself. After drinking some of the liquid from the forest, he must have got in his blood now. That means every time he gives his blood to the forest, at least a gallon. I think that was a gallon. That looked like a gallon to me. I might be wrong, but that looked like a gallon. So after giving a gallon of blood to the forest, it starts to grow rapidly as well. Even King Walletta is rapidly growing, and the way it looked like that was his blood can do that. That's interesting. So, and I have no idea if by doing this he's going to end up losing his immortality. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't think he does. He might do. I don't know. It's hard to know if he's going to lose immortality, but I don't think he's going to lose his immortality because, again, we humans do regenerate our blood. We do regenerate blood. Possibility when we do regenerate our blood, it might dilute the old blood. It might dilute a lot of the things that's inside of him. So maybe he might end up losing immortality at some point. But I feel like he's not going to lose immortality. I feel like he's not. And it's going to it'll be there permanently. And obviously the essence of the forest is going to still be inside of him. So, but we do find out he's not officially the Fairy King, because the Fairy King thing doesn't get... it's not like how we see as a king. The Fairy King thing works, I tell you, because they have to be fit for the king. They have to be the right thing what a king should be. They also have to be chosen by the specific people as king. And obviously Harley Quinn, aka King, is the only right person to be king. But I'm just saying that's what got rich in this episode. Then at the end of the episode, we see a similar golem, look different of course, a similar golem, a tank command golem, a Arbolium, I think that's what they called, an Arbolium, comes in and decides to attack the Fairy King Forest, and the episode ends with that. Now, and that's all we have got to say about episode 3. So, animation quality. Animation quality looks like, especially the fight with the fucking golem and Diana's fight. Those two, those scenes, oh god, their fight scenes look so good. The animation looked crisp. I loved enjoying it. And it looks so freaking good. I'm gonna mention that. And again, that's all I really got to say in the end. And yeah. And guys, that's my anime review to the 7 Deadly Sins Season 2 Episode 2 and 3. Hope you guys are good for going chat fans today. If you guys want to send my question down below, my address and yeah. And also, if you guys want to help me on Patreon, my Patreon's down there. I still haven't done really anything on Patreon yet. I'm planning on maybe doing some things on Patreon. That really depends on really how I feel, but I'm planning maybe do something on Patreon. I might start maybe doing a live stream. I might do I do have the option to use YouTube live stream on Patreon, if you want to know. So I might try to do that. I might try to connect my YouTube to Patreon's live stream system. I might try how that works. If that works, that'll be helpful. So I'm just going to say that. I might try that and see how that works. If you guys will check me out through that point once I do it. I might give a telling I might try that, but I don't know fully, but I'm going to mention that there. And overall, yeah, anyway, if you guys want to help me on Patreon, my Patreon's down in the description as well, so I'm just going to say that. And guys, I hope you guys like it. Comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys there. Bye, guys!